Today, we are talking about Deadlock, a sentinel who's quietly becoming the most aggressive agent in her role. Now, I know what you're thinking. Deadlock, nobody plays her, and you would be right. She is the most least picked sentinel in the game. But I like her, and more importantly, I think she has one of the most highest top frag potentials of any sentinel if you play her correctly. If I had to compare her to another agent and another sentinel, it would be closer to Chamber and Veto, and outside of the sentinel role, she reminds me a lot of KO. Here's why that comparison matters. You can top frag on KO, but a KO who plays intelligently usually wins more games. Deadlock works the same way. She rewards players who think first, force mistakes, and punish impatience. And that's probably why most people never bother learning her. Hey there, hi there, ho there. My name is Winter, and I'm on a personal quest to master every single agent in Valorant. And I'm bringing you along on the journey. If you're trying to learn a specific agent, there's a good chance I already have or will have a video on them. If you're looking for an agent you might want to main, or you're just curious why I'd ever bother learning Deadlock, this series is for you. Before we get into my personal experience and how I actually play her, let's break down her kit and what each ability is really meant to do. We start with Gravnet. It's a grenade that does 0 damage, which turns a lot of people off. Most people try to use it as a fade seize or a cypher trip. I don't. I use Gravnet as bait. It isn't a reaction tool. It's a trap you wait on. You throw it when the enemy thinks they're safe, then you wait. They panic, they reposition, they slow themselves down. This brings up how her playstyle works. Deadlock isn't a sight holder. She's a trapper. She doesn't overpower you. She outthinks you. Up next is sonic sensors. You get 2 of them, and if an enemy makes noise inside of their radius, they get stunned. Here's the most important detail most players miss. A slow walking player can walk right past them. That's why they're terrible for lazy flank watching. If you know what you're doing, they're lethal. You place them where players don't expect utility, where they don't see them, where they won't hear them. And here's a trick I use constantly with them. If somebody is slow walking to avoid the sensor, I push them. They panic, they fire a shot, that shot makes noise. The sensor triggers, they're stunned, I re-peek. Free kill. One more thing that matters way more than most people realize, sonic sensors go through walls. You can stun players moving through pathways they think are completely safe, without them even ever being able to see the sensor. Next, her wall. Yes. Use it like a sage wall. Stopping pushes is its primary job, but don't sleep on it offensively. On attack, I use it to trap choke points. Breeze, Haven, those maps with tight rotations, if you block one pathway, you don't have to watch it. That frees you to take space somewhere else. And space is where Deadlock thrives. Now, her ultimate is a pull launcher. You fire it, it grabs somebody, drags them back, and kills you. Here's the mistake most players make. They fire it directly at somebody. Don't. It's much easier to dodge that way. Instead, I intentionally bounce it off of a wall first. It bends around the corner. It keeps you safe. It massively increases your hit consistency. Think less raise rocket, more geometry problem. Deadlock is one of the most aggressive sentinels in Valorant, and I mean that literally. You cannot sit back on her. You cannot play passively. She plays closer to a duelist than almost any sentinels, constantly taking space so her abilities actually matter, and this is what makes her unique. She doesn't require setups. Yes, they exist. No, they aren't mandatory. Cypher, you need lineups. For Killjoy, you need a setup. Deadlock just needs awareness. She can thrive on almost any site, any lane, anytime, with no preparation. So, why does Deadlock feel bad to so many players? It's because she doesn't give you instant value. She doesn't flash for you, she doesn't scan for you, she doesn't farm kills just by existing. Everything in her kit asks you to wait, to read the situation, and to punish a mistake. If you're impatient, she feels useless. And Deadlock isn't for everyone. If you want constant utility value, guaranteed info, or instant impact, she's probably not your agent. But if you enjoy reading players, controlling space, and turning small, tiny mistakes into compounding issues, Deadlock feels incredible. She rewards patience, she rewards confidence, and she rewards players who like to be one step ahead. I don't think Deadlock is the final agent I'll ever settle on. Like I said, this is part of a bigger journey, and I'm mastering every agent in Valorant, one chapter at a time. And I think my Deadlock chapter is done. If this convinced you to try her, let me know. And if you want to see the few setups I do use, they're rare, but highly effective, let me know. I'll see you in the next one with the next agent. Ciao.